What is your favorite tradition? Do you even know how it got started? What is your oldest memory of it? How long have you been doing this tradition? These are great questions to ask yourself because one day you might want to share this with a younger generation. Today's world, it's really hard to keep the essence of family traditions and to keep it authentic, right? Because there's so much outside noise where our traditions sometimes become shallow, forgotten, or in worst cases, they become unhealthy. So, I like to think of our family traditions as something that we can pass on. And in order to do that, we really need to stay connected to the authenticity. And how can we do that in today's world? Well, first, let's talk about how they get off track, right? One of the biggest offenders is the commercialization of our holidays. Now, there is so much commercialization, so much emphasis on materialistic things. There's, extravagant gift giving, extravagant decorations, and it often overshadows the deeper meaning of some of these traditions. You know what else? This one gets me too, is the stress of overwhelm of trying to have the perfect holiday. There's so much pressure to have, these holidays that just feel perfect in our eyes, which perfect is different for everyone, right? But it creates more stress when we're actually supposed to be feeling joyful. Instead, most of us are feeling burnt out as we try to decorate the house the way that it's done on Pinterest. So I really feel like stress has taken a front seat where joy used to sit. And I really would like to try to reduce my stress over the holiday season. And it's been getting better each year. Another thing that I've noticed though is the effects of social media. Now, social media can be super fun and all, but it also creates this sense that we have to maintain certain things. We're looking at other people's profiles and seeing what they're doing, and that's really pushing us to that point where we don't think we can keep up. And, instead of feeling good about what we're doing, instead we're feeling horrible because we're comparing it to someone else's version of a superficial holiday. And that really kind of robs us of the joy as well. And really, it's just trying to not get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the season to really hold that essence of those family traditions. And some of the ways that I'm trying to incorporate these strategies is to just really focus on connection, more human connection. You may have heard me say that before. It's so important in our mental health, and it really can make a huge, huge difference in our life, but especially this time of year when we're thinking about those family traditions. It's really important that we focus on putting that materialistic aspect aside and just focus on spending time together, quality time together, sharing stories and creating memories. As I mentioned before, I love to create memories with my grandchildren, and it's kind of like a do-over, right? When you have children, you get so caught up in that hustle and bustle and the stress of being young parents that you kind of feel like you get to do it over again with your grandchildren, and that's been a lot of fun. But one of the memories that I have when my kids were little is they both danced, and their dance group would go to nursing homes and put on a Christmas show, and it was so wonderful to see. And I know that for my kids at a younger age, maybe they didn't see the importance of it as much as I did, but I think if you ask them today, they would agree that it was pretty cool. But to just see the impact that they had on some of these people in the nursing home, that was so much better than any other thing that they could have done. Like if they could have donated a gift, that would have been great too. But to see the human interaction and the connection with the older community, with the younger community, was really kind of cool. Another thing that I'm trying to incorporate too is more of a mindful gift giving. Like instead of giving like gifts that are just something that's popular in a catalog or in the front of the store. It's really important that the gifts be more mindful. And I love gift giving. I don't have anything against gift cards because I like getting gift cards too. But I really and truly enjoy shopping for a gift for someone. I try to make it as personal as possible. And I also have a little bit of an obsession with gift wrapping. So that is my love language at Christmas time, is gift wrapping. And so I really try to go that route when it comes to gifts, is being more mindful. Um, Another thing that's been really helpful is to just freaking forget about perfection, really. Like, holidays can be messy, and that's okay, because that's often where you'll find the most laughs. So go ahead and just forget about being perfect, right? And really just kind of revisit those traditions that bring back a deeper meaning for you. Share stories, create memories, and involve your younger kids, because they're the generations that are going to follow us. So share those traditions and explain to them, how did they get started? When do you remember them getting started? Because someday we're not all going to be here, and someday you're going to wish that you had those answers to those questions. So really just share those with the younger family members. And focus on what truly matters. I know that we say this, it's so cliched, right? It's not about the gift, it's about the holiday, but it truly is. Like, let that, rekindle your spirit of traditions, really just getting involved in creating richer experiences, and, ensure that your holiday traditions remain a source of joy and connection for your family and friends, and not a source of stress and anxiety. So, thank you for joining me in this journey, because I know last year I shared a December calendar with everyone on my tips for relieving stress over the holidays. And I'm going to bring that back this year too, because I want to continue to share the joy of the holiday season, because this can be stressful for some people. There are some people out there that don't enjoy the holidays, and that's okay too. Everyone has to go about it in their own way. But I really want to reserve the essence of traditions, whether it's at Christmas time or Easter, or maybe it's just a tradition in your life. Maybe it's not tied to a holiday, but this time of year conjures up a lot of emotions for people. So yeah, so that's my message for you today, is to really just focus on embracing the true meaning of some of your favorite traditions.